If someone you have a relationship with is hurting you or threatening to hurt you, you may be eligible for a restraining order. The restraining order statute was created to protect individuals from domestic violence, which means physical harm, bodily injury, assault, including sexual assault, or the inflicting of fear of imminent physical harm, bodily injury, or assault. Domestic violence must happen between family members or people in a sexual relationship. The purpose of this video is to provide information about the process of obtaining a restraining order. You should allow yourself at least an hour to fill out and file the petition for a restraining order. Before we tell you what a restraining order is, you should be aware of a few definitions. If you're seeking a restraining order, you're called the petitioner. The petition is your written request. The person you want to get the restraining order against is the respondent. Filing means giving the completed paperwork to the court to be filed as a record of the court. The order is the judge's official decision. It's the document signed by the judge. A restraining order can order the respondent to stop threatening or abusing you and to stay away from you. It can order the respondent to move out of the residence and stay away from your home, place of employment, or school. The order can also give you temporary custody of your children and order the respondent to stop threatening or interfering with the children. The judge may allow visitation for the respondent and may order supervised visits or exchanges of the children. Following are the requirements for getting a restraining order. You need to swear and testify under oath to specific facts. Your age. You must be at least 18 years old, or if you're younger than 18, the person who abused you is at least 18. And you are or were married to that person, or you've been in a sexual relationship with that person. Eligible relationships include a spouse or former spouse, a dating relationship, current or past, living together as sexual partners, current or past, have a child in common, or related by blood, marriage, or adoption. The definition of abuse is in the last 180 days, the person who abused you must have physically injured you, tried to physically injure you, made you afraid that he or she was about to physically injure you, or made you have sexual relations against your wishes by using force or threats of force. Ongoing danger means you're in danger of more abuse very soon, and the person who abused you is a threat to the physical safety of you or your children. Restraining orders are free, and there's no charge to file for a restraining order. Be sure to read the entire packet. There are several sections. The clerk will show you which parts of the form to complete and can help answer questions that you may have about the paperwork. The clerk cannot give you any legal advice. You will be asked to swear under oath that the information you provided in the paperwork is true and correct. Filing deadlines are 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., Monday through Friday at the Deschutes County Courthouse. Hearing times are usually 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., Monday through Friday. Applications submitted to the court clerk before 10 a.m. or 2 p.m. will be heard by a judge the same day. The times may change without prior notice, so please check with a clerk. When you submit your forms, the clerk will tell you the time and location where you will wait to be escorted into the courtroom. Courtrooms are formal settings. You should dress appropriately for the hearing. Be prepared to speak respectfully to the judge and answer the judge's questions. While this may be an emotional time for you, try to stay as calm as possible and try not to interrupt the judge. If you have children with you, it is best for them to be supervised by an adult outside of the courtroom during the hearing if possible. The judge will ask you about what happened, why you need the order, and what protections you're asking for. If you qualify for the order, the judge will let you know what is included in the restraining order.
Ms. Johnson, I've reviewed your petition for the restraining order, and I am going to issue an order that prohibits face-to-face contact. I need to know whether or not you also want to prevent contact from respondent by telephone or by email or by text messaging or by mail.
Yes, please, all of those.
Ms. Johnson, if you would go ahead and take a seat in the back of the courtroom, and then my clerk will be with you shortly to help you finish processing this restraining order.
After it is served, the restraining order will be in effect for 1 year. It may be renewed by filing a motion at the court before the order has expired. Once a restraining order is approved by the judge, the clerk will provide you with certified copies of the order. You must then take the restraining order to the Deschutes County Sheriff's Office, who will take a copy to the respondent. This is called serving the order. There is no charge for this service. The sheriff cannot enforce the restraining order until the respondent receives a copy.
Hi, Deputy Muse, Deschutes County Sheriff's Office. I have a paper here that came in. Are you John Johnson?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. I have a paper that came into our office today, and the petitioner's Jane Johnson. This is a restraining order.
A restraining order?
Yeah, it's going to severely affect what you can and can't do. In this first notice...
If the respondent disagrees with the restraining order, he or she has 30 days to request a hearing. The request for hearing form is included in the paperwork when the respondent is served. The court will notify you both if a hearing is set. Both sides must attend the hearing. If you do not attend the hearing, the restraining order will be dismissed. Either side can hire an attorney if they choose. Both sides' testimony under oath will be taken by the court. The court will consider any relevant evidence or witnesses you may wish to present during the hearing.
How this process works. I will first place both of you under oath, and then Ms. Johnson, you will testify first because you're the petitioner in this case, and you'll testify as to the reasons why you think you should have a restraining order. Mr. Johnson, I'll then give you an opportunity to provide testimony. You can respond to her testimony. Ms. Johnson, you'll have a second opportunity to testify so you can respond to Mr. Johnson's testimony, and Mr. Johnson, you'll have a final opportunity to testify as well.
Keep in mind that contested restraining order hearings are scheduled to last no more than 15 minutes. If more time is needed, it will need to be requested in advance. If the respondent violates the order, call 911 immediately. Tell the 911 operator that you have a restraining order. Keep a certified copy of the restraining order with you at all times. You may want to consider obtaining a copy of the order to leave with your employer, child's school, or daycare. You can request a renewal of the order before it expires by filling out forms with the Deschutes County Circuit Court. Talk with a domestic violence advocate if you have more concerns about your safety. For more information on restraining orders, contact the Deschutes County Courthouse at 541-388-5300. To talk with a domestic violence advocate, contact the Saving Grace Hotline and Support Services at 541-389-7021.